Good morning, football fans, and welcome to 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. This is me, your boy Larry B, here on a beautiful Tuesday morning. It is Tuesday, September 27th, 2022, and my goodness, week 3 was full of surprises. The NFL season threw us more curveballs than the entire MLB season combined. I'm just kidding, maybe not that many curveballs, but my goodness, it seemed like it. I mean, we start off with the Browns winning a football game. Hey, but was it the best Steelers team? I don't know. Titans over the Raiders, well, that's not really a surprise, but there are some other surprises. The Colts knocking out the Chiefs. Wow, how did that happen? The Lions looked like they were going to win a game, and, well, they didn't, but they looked like it. I'm just saying. The Eagles blowing out the Commanders. I actually thought that was kind of a surprise because, well, I thought the Commanders had a little more oomph than that. I guess I was wrong. Also, the Cardinals, after taking to the Raiders last week, the woes continue for the Raiders, don't they? But I'll tell you right now, after that happened last week, I thought the Cardinals were going to come out and challenge the Rams. Guess what? It didn't happen. The Rams pretty much went to town. Not the craziest score, but you know what happened. The Jaguars, yes, I understand. The Chargers had a tough week with injuries. I didn't think the Jaguars would take off on them as they did, so crazy stuff there. The Falcons win again. Man, looks like he's the real deal. The Panthers knock off the Saints. What? Wow, that was pretty cool, right? I mean, you got to give them some props where the props are due. The Packers knock off Brady and the Bucks, and my goodness, what a Sunday night football we had. Defense, my kind of game. And we ended it off, of course, with a great Monday night game last night. That looked like it was going to be a lot like Sunday night's game. The offenses woke up at the end, and hey, a Dak Prescott-less Cowboys team knocked off Daniel Jones and the Giants. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a wild one, and boy, oh boy, do we got some good stuff coming up for you this week, all starting off with Dolphins and Bengals in just 2 days. You are now tuned in live to 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Welcome, football fans. I just got to start off by saying, as always, all glory to God. That's right, y'all. For without Him, nothing is possible. And of course, for without all of you diehard fans out there listening each and every week, this show and the entire station of IE Sports Radio is not possible. We just want to thank you so very much. Thank you to our Patreons. I got to get your guys' names. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for showing us some love. Bay Area Sports Apparel. We have, of course, Mr. Arthur Parsons of Mother She's Awesome, just throwing us some love. We appreciate you guys all. If you guys want to become Patreons of our show, please make sure to head over to iSportsRadio.com. Show us some love. We really appreciate you helping us keep the lights on, especially when it's not the easiest of times. But we thank you so very much. Thank you to our chat room, by the way, of course, Mr. Adam Karnick and Mr. Mike Pat. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I may be, as I like to say, I may be on your ride to work. I may be while you're waking up in the morning. I don't know. But what I do know is that it's 6:14 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:14 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, yeah, I'm kind of crazy. My apologies for the late start this morning. I just had to get a little extra in at the gym. Didn't hit my lift yesterday, so had to get a run into, and then had to go put gas in the car, and all the stuff I like to do before the sun rises, as the sun rises over here on the West Coast. So, really quick to answer a couple questions. Where was Larry B last week? My apologies. Our computer, the charger wasn't working. Computer was a no-go. Couldn't get the show going. But I'm back, and it's going to be a shorter show today. But hey, we'll be done at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. But, as always, jam-packed time with Larry B here, that I give you everything in as much time as I have. On top of all that stuff, where have the primetime face-offs been? My apologies, guys. It's been crazy. Once again, no computer. I use my phone anyway for primetime face-offs, but trying to get that going. Just a lot of settling in issues with, well, not issues, but settling in type of deals so far. Just Silly and I getting a lot of things done here around the house, and just a lot of things, guys, has been going on the last couple of weeks. Wouldn't you know, it just happens in football time. But everything's great, everyone's doing great, and it's a lot of hecticness, but we've definitely enjoyed the ride, and well, hopefully you enjoy today's ride as we go on a 50-minute ride. Well, I guess 45 minutes now, or less. Recap of last week and getting you ready for this week. So commercial free, oh boy, here we go, y'all. Let's have some fun. Once again, big ups to my boys up in the chat room, Mr. Adam Carnick, Mr. Mike Pat. Let's have some fun, shall we? So, starting things off, okay, we gotta talk about last week real quick, the Browns. Okay, hope I have your coffee, because I have my coffee right here. I take it to the gym with me in my little cup, and, I just continue on through the show. The Browns, Jacoby Brissett. We gotta understand something, okay? Jacoby Brissett, Kel Henderson is not happy. Yeah, we're not running the ball like we should. Kel Henderson, of course. By the way, all three of these guys in here, Adam Garnick, the host of Chi-Town Weekly, loving his Bears. Of course, catch him every Monday evening here on iSports Radio. Mr. Mike Pat, loving his DMV sports covering, of course. His Commanders and his Ravens over there in the DMV. And Mr. Kel Henderson showing love, of course, to the Raiders, my team, covering all, of course, of the Vegas sports here on iSports Radio every Tuesday evening. Make sure to catch him tonight in just about 13 hours. Catch him here at iSports Radio every Tuesday evening. So, yeah. Fire McDaniels, hire Sean Payton. We're going to get to the Raiders just a bit, but my goodness, I'm kind of already sick of the Raiders, as I've been for 2 decades already. But anyway, we'll get to that. So, Jacoby Brissett. He looks like the guy. I'm just saying, I liked him when he was in New England. I liked him in Indianapolis. I thought the guy was a starter. I don't know what people don't see in this guy, but he's got what you need. The guy can run. He has a decent arm. I get it. He's not the most solid player in the NFL, but gosh damn it, 21 for 31. The guy had 220 yards. 2 touchdowns? My gosh, I mean, seriously, look at that entire team. Nick Chubb went for 113, okay, on 23 carries and 1 touchdown. Cooper had 7 receptions for 101 yards and 1 touchdown. Guys, they went off, man. The Steelers didn't really have an answer. I mean, they did. It was a good game. All right, end of the first, 7-0 Cleveland. End of the second, here at the half, we had Pittsburgh up 14-13. So it was a damn good game. Then we get to the end of the third, just a field goal, of course. Cleveland leads 16-14. And then that fourth quarter, man, it was just almost all Browns despite a touchdown from Pittsburgh. 29-17 final. And it was just a walk-off. Well, not really a walk-off because they already won the dang game. But how you like this? Denzel Ward, fumble recovery in the end zone. We get a touchdown here to end the game, guys. It was originally going to be 23-17, but why not add insult to injury? I get it. The game wasn't as worse as the score looked. The score doesn't even look bad. I get it. It was supposed to be closer. I understand that. Regardless, the better team won. And they're 2-1. The Browns are okay. Are they a Super Bowl winning team this year? I will continue to say no. But even with Deshaun Watson coming back whenever he does, not opening that can of worms, but I do know that I just don't see them doing much this year at all, no matter what at the moment. Solid defense, but overall, yeah. Steelers, they started off the season okay. They look like they can win some games, and they did. They started off with that nice win over the Bengals, then they followed the Patriots, and, well, now they lost to the Browns. Is it over? Is Trubisky the worst quarterback in the world? No, stop it. Is Najee Harris like the biggest bust of the century? No. The guys, honestly, look, they just got to gel. It's their first year without Big Ben since, 2004? I was in high school, you guys. Okay, so I'm old. But I just got to tell you right now that this is the Steelers team. Give them some time. They'll be fine. The Browns, hey, cool. They've got some wins under the belt this season, 2-1. Sweet. Okay, moving on to Sunday. Let's just get the elephant out of the room. It's on the top of my ESPN Score Center app right here. It's just a game that annoyed me. And, so once again, Kel Henderson here in the chat room says, fire McDaniels, hire Sean Payton. Adam Carnick says, oh boy, 3 weeks into McDaniels' seat is on fire already. And Kel responds, hasn't called a game where this team with all the skill position talent hasn't scored more than 23 points. Yes, very valid arguments there. And tonight, I can't wait to hear what Mr. Cale Henderson has to say on Sin City Sports. Make sure to catch him once again, 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 10 p.m. Eastern, for all of you East Coast Las Vegas sports fans. But yeah, I can't wait to see what he's got to say tonight. But overall, you guys, the Raiders are 0-3. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't get it. How the hell do we have so much talent? I mean, Derek Carr, his decision-making it's just really starting to annoy me. Josh Jacobs, it's like, homeboy, apparently you're not going to get the ball very much. Can you make the most of it? I mean, gosh dang it, man. Fight. God, you're solid, but freaking come on. You gotta do the best with what you got. Offensive line, thank you so much for doing your best at being mediocre. I'm sorry, I said it. Some people may be like, the offensive line isn't that... Really? I mean, I get it, Carr's decision-making isn't the best, but golly, man. It's like 50-50. Sometimes he has a lot of time. Sometimes he has like not even a second. Realistically, I've seen a lot of crap on Sunday that has made me sick. I mean, this game was bad, all right? Like, it was sad. It really was. Titans led 24-10 at the half. It was just kind of despicable. The Raiders started off with a scoring drive. I think it was their first drive of the game. I mean, or no, it wasn't. It was like their second. Or I don't know when it was, but it was in the second quarter, yeah. And I get it, I'm over here talking crap. I played circus music on YouTube for my wife, Cecilia, and I was like, look at how pitiful this team is. And it's funny because they score on that drive. But I was like, you can legitimately put circus music or the Looney Tunes to this track. I mean, to the Raiders playing, and it fits. And it's just kind of ridiculous. I just got to say that I don't understand why we don't have any wins. My goodness, I don't expect to be 3-0, but my gosh, 0-3 versus, some teams that we could definitely beat. Are you for real? Like, the Chargers, that's like the only excusable game because they're so damn good. But the Cardinals, having that game, don't even get me going on last week. I know it wasn't live last week, but that was disgusting. Are you serious? You're going to let up points at the end? I mean, that is like the biggest, punch in the mouth you can get in football. Just give up all those points at the end. It's like, my gosh, here Arizona, here's a gift for you. It's disgusting. And then last week, or this past week, it's like you didn't even make the Titans work for it. My gosh. Oh, okay, everyone's going to be like, well, hey, they came back. It wasn't even a comeback, man. Are you for real? Yes, okay, I guess I should be happy that we shut them out in the second half. Okay? And it was all Raiders in the second half here. But what I don't understand is that how the hell do we not get a touchdown in the entire second half until a minute and 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter? That's unreal. When you have, like Kale says here in the chat room, when you have that much talent, it's freaking ridiculous. Waller, I mean, even he made his mistakes. Would he have a false start or a hold? He dropped one in the end zone, I think. I mean, guys, I get it. Devontae Adams, I feel bad for this guy, man. He's making every play he can. He's probably guys, I'm only one dude, I feel bad for this guy. Legitimately. I don't understand. I mean, then our defensive line, it's like, guys, it's called penetration. My goodness, man. Seriously, lock on the fat guy in front of you. I'm sorry, I'm a defensive lineman, guys. But you know what I mean? Get off your block, my gosh. Why are we just hanging on guys? I mean, do we not have conditioning and practice, coach? Seriously, it's kind of sad. It's like watching boxing with two out-of-shape fighters and clinching. I'm going on a rant. I'm sorry. But anyway... so let's read what Kale says here. He says, someone prep a milk carton for Chandler Jones. He's missing along with the wins. Yeah, seriously. Adam responds, I'm starting to wonder if we didn't all evaluate the AFC. A rough week/month for the division. And yeah, that's the truth right there. Kale says here, AFC was legit. Has the toughest scheduling in football. Hopefully, Raiders win against the Broncos, who look to suck this week. They're doing better than the Raiders. I know that. That's the scary part. Kale says here, Devontae Adams has only been targeted 4 times the last 2 games in the second half. Okay, that's kind of crazy. O-line is trash too. Yes, thank you, Kale. That's the truth, man. I don't understand it. I mean, oh my gosh, it's like our guards aren't even there. Like, my gosh, I mean, I'd seriously line up in a 22. Seriously, I could put both of my tackles in freaking 2 techniques and just let them destroy the freaking... Not even. I'd line them up in 2-3 techniques and just put a backer over the center and just be like, hey, guys, just play half a man and destroy the guards. It's not hard, you know? And have a bigger middle linebacker, or damn it, play a 50 front, you know? Just have a nose plug up, two gap, and freaking have your 2-3 techniques, just be athletic and destroy the guards. I mean, seriously, it's not very hard to beat the Raiders, guys. So, anyway, I'm going way too far here. But regardless, the Titans... You know what? You got to give them some love. I still think they're a faker team. I still think they're a paper team. I don't really think that they're a team that's going to probably win the division and then go to the playoffs and lose again because they just don't really have too many challenges. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. I don't want to say too much of a faker team. I'll say a paper team because, I mean, they're solid-ish. I mean, they're 1-2, but yeah, they should be doing much better and looking better. Vrabel, you know, one of my favorite players in my era of growing up in high school, and the guy's still good. But what I don't understand is that this team is a lot like the Raiders. There's a lot of talent, and they're 1-2. You know, I'm just saying, they're going to run through the division, but what are they going to do in the playoffs? Probably fall apart. So, anyway, Raiders fall to 0-3, and the Titans jump to 1-2 in their first one of the season, winning 24-22. And if I didn't mention, my apologies a few minutes ago, and I think I did, but the Steelers will fall to 1-2, and the Browns jump to 2-1. Okay, let's run on over to the Bears. Okay, this was a good game. The Texans are a little bit better than I thought they were. I'm just going to be real with you. I thought they were just going to be a bottom feeder again. I get it. They're 0-2-1. And the Bears, I mean, they knocked off the Niners this year. It's pretty impressive, you know, I'm just saying. But you guys, honestly, the Bears are a little bit better than I thought they were. I'm going to be real with you. The Packer game was, well, damn it, they're the Packers. And for some reason, like I always say, when Aaron Rodgers plays, the Packers are good. When he doesn't play, I guess he plays defense too, because the defense sucks too. I don't understand. I mean, I guess that hype he brings, I guess that leadership he brings really is a lot, especially to the defense too, because they forget how to play defense. But the Packers have been playing Aaron Rodgers football, and they've been doing damn good. So, the Chicago Bears, you know what? Fields he's as advertised. How do you have 8 for 17 and still go for 106 yards? And he threw 2 picks. I get it, second year man, but golly, man, give him this. Let him have it. You know what? I like it. I like what he's bringing. Don't try to fix this. Just let him do it, you know. Don't sit here and be like, oh, maybe we should experiment. No, keep Fields out there, man. Gosh damn it, he's winning games. He's doing good, and you know what? I like it. I like what he's got. Herbert, I don't even know who Herbert is. That's no offense, but the guy had 20 carries for 157 yards with 2 touchdowns. You know what? I'll take it, guys. I'll take it. It works for me. This guy looked solid out there, Fields, and you know what? Look at the half here. The Houston Texans were leading 14-13 at the half. This thing was a punch 'em, rock 'em, sock 'em robot type of game. They went back and forth, and they were tied at the end of the third quarter with 0 seconds on the clock. Carlos Santos will nail that 30-yard field goal, and the freaking Chiefs, man, they go up 23. Well, they win 23-20. You gotta love it, right? I mean, Mills didn't have a bad game. Hell, he went 20 for 32 with 245 yards. He threw a touchdown, he threw 2 picks as well. But guys, look at that. Look at how solid this was. I mean, my goodness. How about this? And Adam says here in the chat room, Phil's had a rough day. Hopefully he can rebound. Herbert was excellent. Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't even know. Let me click on my ESPN app. He came from Virginia Tech, huh? That's awesome. I mean, how many years is he in? This guy is solid. I mean, he played good football. He looked good. And Fields, if that's a rough day, then gosh damn it. I mean, hey, I get it, the 2 interceptions, but 106 yards, I mean, I get it. It wasn't the greatest day ever. But still, what I'm saying is if he plays like that, I guess, is what I'm trying to, at least show Herbert. Show Fields some love. If you play like this and you guys got to win, yeah, imagine when he really turns it on. So there you have it. The Texans will fall to 0-2-1. The Bears jump to 2-1 after that 23-20 victory at home. So good job for them. The next game is going to blow your mind, because it blew my mind, because what the hell just happened? The freaking Indianapolis Colts, who have looked hideous all year, and I'm talking about hideous. They start out the year just looking horrible. I mean, they tie with the freaking Texans. I thought they were going to blow them open. They lose 24-0 to the Jags. I mean, wow. But then again, the Jags did something this week that was crazy too. I don't care about the injuries for the Chargers. I'm just saying, I care, of course. Hope they all get healthy. But I'm just saying it's crazy that they destroyed the Chargers like they did this week. But yeah, the gosh damn, the freaking Colts. I mean, I'm still kind of wondering. I was trying to watch all the games the Sunday Ticket this week, and I was getting them. But my goodness, look at the end of the first half here: 14-10 KC. That's already scary. Because, I wouldn't think... I get it's the NFL, but, come on, y'all. Let's just be real here. 100%, the Colts are not as good as the Chiefs whatsoever on paper. Once again, all games aren't won on paper, right? No games are won on paper. But Patrick Mahomes, 20 for 35, 262 yards. He threw a touchdown and a pick. But what about this guy, man? Everyone forgets the old warhorse, Matt Ryan. 27 for 37, 220 yards, 2 touchdowns. Homeboy threw no picks. Yeah, this guy got down, man. This team looked actually pretty good. Nobody else went over the century mark on either team. And, it's concerning. I'm going to be real with you. It's concerning for the Chiefs, because what the hell just happened to them? They lost their first game of the season to a team that they should have destroyed. I don't understand it. I seriously don't. Was it the play calling? Was it the scheme? Were they just not prepared? Was the film room sucky this week? I don't know. But what I do know is that there's a big giant L for the Chiefs this week. They'll move on. It's only a 1 loss. But, but I will say that this is, that was something else. It really was. My goodness. And it all happened, too. Going into the third quarter, or into the fourth quarter, the Chiefs were leading 17-13. That last touchdown was with 24 seconds left, you guys. Ryan to Jelani Woods for 12 yards. Chase McLaughlin with the extra point. 20-17 with 24 seconds to go. And the freaking Colts pulled it off. Wow. Crazy, right? Adam Karnick says here, second or third year back, Herbert was excellent. Great vision. Absolutely. Kale wants to join in. Hey, but my Eagles to the NFC Championship prediction still looks great. Yeah, they definitely do. And Kale also wants to add, I've said for months that the Eagles have the best O-line and D-line in the NFL. Straight dominating out there. Oh, we're going to get to them right now. So, absolutely. We got a few games actually till we get to them. But, all right, Bills and Dolphins. Okay, I understand some people are a little upset, Bills fans. But I do understand... that, Ken's a little more upset. I'm just kidding, I'm sorry, I had to throw that in there, guys, for everybody who saw that. But you know what, he's passionate, I understand the guy, but, some people are like, he needs to hold his composure, and some people are like, yeah, he's passionate, whatever, it is what it is, guys. So we all freak out we all freak out every now and then, right? But what I will say is that the Bills lost this game fair and square. Don't even try. Let's take a look at the team stats. Total yards, yes, I understand that the Bills had 497 yards and the damn Dolphins had 212. I get it. I understand that rushing, my gosh, they had 115 yards. The Bills did. The Dolphins had 41. But remember that old school saying that the team with the most turnovers usually loses. Well, the Bills had 1 turnover. The Dolphins didn't turn the ball over at all. Also, time possession. The Dolphins had the ball for 19 minutes and 20 seconds, where the Bills had the ball for 40 minutes and 40 seconds. What I'm trying to say here is that the Bills actually definitely played better. They had better stats. They had everything, but they still lost. That says a lot about the Bills in a messed up way, and that says a lot about the Dolphins in a really good way. There's one team that is 3-0 at the end of this game, and that's the Miami Dolphins. The Bills, it's not the end of the world. The Bills still look like a solid AFC championship team. Are they Super Bowl caliber? We'll see. But I do feel that this team is pretty damn good, and one loss isn't going to destroy them. But I do know that they won. The Dolphins won this game. It was a damn good game. At the half, 14-14 all, of course. Into the third quarter, 17-14 Miami. And, well, yeah, we have a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good game. All right, yeah, 21-17 Buffalo. And then a safety. Okay, it was out of bounds for a safety, and I saw that with 133 to go, and the Bills got 2 points. Okay, guys, look at this. Josh Allen looked pretty solid, 42 for 63. They threw the hell out of the ball. He had 400 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, that's concerning. How do you have 400 yards and 2 touchdowns? How do you have that many damn yards and you only get 19 points? The play calling must have sucked. I mean, you guys get where I'm going with this, right? Like, you have to. There's no way. What I'm saying is the Bills played too good to lose this game. But they lost. That's all there is to it. People can say whatever they want to, but let's be real. They lost. Okay? They lost. And you know what? Is what it is, right? I mean, the Bills, like I said, they're still a damn good team. But if you play that good, there should be no excuses. On to the next, right, Bills? Tua Tagovailoa, 13 for 18, 186 yards, 1 touchdown. You know what? Good for you. Good stuff here. Waddle, actually, with 4 receptions, 102 yards, pretty good day for him. What I will say, you guys, is that, look, the Dolphins won this game, and that's all there is to it. Bills are a proud bunch, and I understand that. But, hey, like I said, a loss is a loss, and even the great Bill Belichick, remember in 2008, guys, remember, where he even said it. It's like, I would have much rather, and I'm pretty sure he said this, I would have much rather have lost the game in the regular season than to have gone undefeated all the way up to the Super Bowl and lost in the Super Bowl. And it's, maybe that's it for the Bills. Maybe the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl this year. It's just, they need to get that loss out of the way. It sucks that loss has to happen, or even, maybe someday we'll have an undefeated team. But what I do know is that if the Bills win Super Bowl this year, that one loss, I don't think they're going to care very much. I mean, maybe, I don't know, but I get it. Anyway, Bills will drop to 2-1 as the Dolphins go to 3-0. Okay, next up here. This one we don't have to spend a lot of time on because the Lions just lioned. I mean, that's what they did, straight up. Let's just be real. At the half here, 14-14. At the end of the third quarter, 24-14. Lions, this was your game to lose, man. You guys actually came out in the third quarter and balled. And what happens? You let up 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. And they weren't, like, at the end. They weren't in garbage. Well, there's no garbage time in this game, but they weren't at the end. Like, there wasn't a lot happening for the Lions at all in that fourth quarter. Happening too, yes, because the freaking Vikings came out and made it happen. But how do you explain that, man? My gosh, look at the total here. Time possession, the Lions had the ball longer. This is another Bills type deal. They look like they played better. They had better stats. I mean, look at the yards. I mean, yards were kind of even, almost. I mean, kind of. We had here the Lions with, let's see here. Lions had 416. The Vikings had 373. Overall, guys, I mean, you look at that. The turnovers, they had 1 apiece. Penalties, the Lions had way more penalties, and that's probably what ended up killing them. 7 for 59, 3 for 15 for the Vikings. So, overall, guys, it is what it is, but the Vikings just made it happen when the Lions didn't. The Lions had that game. I don't understand how they lost, but they did. And the Vikings, well, hey, there you go. Good for them, man. They got it down. They made it happen. Kirk Cousins looked all right, 24 for 41, 260 yards. 2 touchdowns. I mean, yeah, Goff didn't look so bad himself. 25 for 41, 277 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But I will say that, yeah, some good stuff here. Not a bad day at the office for either team. It's just, well, one team fell apart at the end, and one team stayed strong. That's all there is to it. Ravens over the Patriots. Okay, this was a surprising game for me because they both played pretty good. I just really want to point out something, though. That Lamar Jackson is a gosh damn monster. Look at him play, man. I mean, oh my gosh, he's got everything. He's seriously a gosh damn cheat code. Like he's somebody that's like damn near unbeatable. Right now, my wife Cecilia and I are watching the Resident Evil series. He's like Nemesis, man. I mean, I get it. I know Nemesis lost, but I'm just saying, it's like this guy's almost unbeatable. This guy's insane. Like, homeboy is crazy. Like, he's a solid player, man. You could tell he puts more work in than a lot of guys out there, and it shows. He went 18 for 29. Yeah, I get it. It's the NFL. You're gonna not have perfect games, okay? He had 218 yards. 4 touchdowns is what matters to me because those actually are points, not the yards, unless you're playing fantasy. But the 4 touchdowns, I think, made up for that, right? He had 1 interception. I mean, the guy, who cares? He was also the leading rusher with 107 yards. On 11 carries, he called his own number 11 times. Are you for real? And he got 107 yards? And he had 1 touchdown doing that, too. Guys, he's good. He's so damn good. He's the guy that you want. He's the guy that's going to make things happen for you. The Ravens are so happy to have him because they're a defensive team anyway. And then you have a guy that can spark your offense like this. The Ravens are scary, man. I think Kayla and I talking about that a couple weeks ago on Adam Karnick's show on Chi-Town Weekly. Was blowing up the Ravens so much. Yeah, even Scott Scholl on my show a couple months ago on 3 and Out. 8 divisions in 8 days. All those injuries last year, yeah, they're going to come back and be strong, and well, they have come back and they're strong. So, anyway, Mac Jones, we show him some love. He did throw 3 picks, but the guy had 321 yards. He went 22 for 32. You know what? Hey, you got to show him some love. He did his thing. Not a bad day at the office. Parker, man, 5 receptions for 156 yards. I don't even know who Parker. Wait, is that Parker from the Dolphins? I think it is. Devontae Parker. Yep, it is. So. My bad, I guess I forgot. But overall, you guys, it wasn't a horrible game for the Patriots. They just kind of crumbled when it mattered. At the half here, 14-13 Ravens. At the end of the third quarter, well, the Ravens definitely took control, 31-20, and the Patriots made it closer. They really did, okay, with Ramondre Stevenson's 1-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion failed, 31-26 with 12:39 to go in the game. And then you just kind of lose, even worse, because Lamar Jackson just goes all Lamar Jackson. And he has a 9-yard carry. Tucker with the extra point. It failed, but it didn't matter. 37-26. That was 3 minutes to go. And you know what? They dominated. They won. They did the damn thing. They won when it mattered. Good for you, Ravens. Good for you. How you like that? 2-1. Sorry. The Patriots will drop to 1-2. Next up here, the Bengals. Hey, what is going on with you guys? Yeah, they're 1-2 this year. I'm dumbfounded. They lost the Cowboys. I don't know how they lost that game last week, but they did. They lost the Steelers in week 1 in overtime. That was actually a really tough game. I get it. Gritty matchup, rivalry game. The Cowboy game, I guess the Cowboys are showing us some sparks of greatness after last night. But, yeah, the Jets, you should have won this game. You should have, and you did. Okay, at the half, it's 20-9, Cincinnati. Yeah, it's kind of what it should have been. Why they didn't score more, I don't know if they called the dogs off or whatever, but final score, 27-12. It was only 4 field goals for the Jets. I feel bad for them. Couldn't even get in the end zone once. Flacco, 28 for 52. He had 2 interceptions, 285 yards. A lot of yards, but nothing to really show for it. Burrow, he threw 3 touchdowns. He went 23 for 36 and 275 yards. Cool. What I do know is that Boyd had a damn good game. 4 receptions for 105 yards and 1 touchdown. Overall, guys, the Bengals, I don't know if they're the Bengals from last year. Oh, they really shut up, whatever. Oh, my gosh, it's so early in the season. Well, in the NFL, we don't have the luxury of being down a lot of games like in the MLB and then coming back mid-season and Nah, you start falling early, that might be it. So Bengals get it together. As for the Jets, I hope you guys start winning games. I don't know. I mean, 1-2. I mean, and the Jets did. I mean, they're 1-2 this year. I mean, they did beat the Browns last week. Cool, but the Jets kind of make something happen. It's the same old story with them like the Raiders. So 27-12, Bengals over the Jets. Eagles over the Commanders. We're going to spend a minute on this one because the Eagles are 3-0. They dominated the Commanders. The Commanders looked horrible. The Eagles looked amazing, 24-8. The Commanders dropped to 1-2. The game was completely 1,000%, okay, until the very end, all right? End of the third quarter, 24-0 Eagles. That's it. End of the fourth, 8. 24-8. There was a safety, Deron Payne, the beast out of Alabama. I don't know how they have such a good defensive line and they're so bad. I don't understand. It blows my mind. They got touchdown at the end of the game. And with 1:55 to go, I mean, Antonio Gibson for a 1-yard touchdown, the 2-point conversion would fail. But, guys, it's just kind of ridiculous, don't you think? The Commanders need to do better than this. How? How do you have that good defensive line? I'm sorry. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe system injuries. I don't know. I haven't kept up as much as I should, but Jalen Hurts, the guy's a powerlifter. The guy's freaking strong. The guy's awesome. 22 for 35, at least from what I understand. He's a powerlifter. 340 yards, 3 touchdowns. Man, that's what I'm talking about. The guy's a beast. Smith had 8 receptions, 169 yards, 1 touchdown. Pretty good. Wentz went for 25 for 43, 211 yards, and McLaurin had 6 receptions and 102 yards. All the century marks there. Overall, it's just kind of sad. The Eagles just dominated. There's no more to even say. I know I spent way more. The crazy part about this is the Commanders actually had the ball a little bit longer, 32 minutes to the Eagles' 27 minutes. But what I don't understand at all is that, well, once again, that defensive line deal. Anyway, we know how it goes. The turnover deal. The Commanders turned over once. Eagles turned over none. End of story. Eagles are 3-0. Commanders are 1-2. That's really it. Panthers knock off the Saints. I saw that really cool strip and scoop and score. I forgot who did that, but it was pretty freaking sweet. And all I know is that this game was something that I was waiting for a very long time from the Carolina Panthers. Sorry, I'm just... this has been a crazy morning. I keep talking. I'm trying to get this show as fast as possible, so my apologies. Let me get a drink real quick. Some nice hot coffee. Okay, anyway. With that said, guys, end of the second quarter here, halftime, 13-0. 13-0 Panthers. Where has that been, Carolina? I'm just saying. I know you haven't, gotten destroyed in the first 2 games, but where has that been? Okay. Then, nothing in the third quarter. And then the fourth quarter, hey, the Saints want to fight back. But then the Panthers really fight back. And the Saints fight back at the end, but it just wasn't enough. That's really what it was. 22-14 later, the Panthers will win their first game. You know what? Good for them. Very, very, very good for them. Baker Mayfield needed to turn on finally. The guy went 12 for 25, 170, 170 yards, 1 touchdown. Winston, homeboy, everyone believes in you. What happened? I mean, 26 for 41, 353 yards. I mean, yeah, you kind of have to be kind of good to get that many yards in the NFL. 1 touchdown. But he threw 2 picks, and that was the killer. Olave got 9 receptions, 147 yards. And McCaffrey, man, 25 carries, but 108 yards on the ground. Solid stuff there. Really, there's not much more to say about this game. Just the fact that the Panthers just played better. I mean, the Saints didn't bring it. The Saints didn't fight. The Saints didn't do much of anything. It was just kind of sad how they fell apart. So, there it is. The Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, the Los Angeles Chargers looked horrible. I get it. They had more injuries than, I don't know. They had tons of injuries. But what I do know is that they got destroyed. Wow. I mean, seriously. What this tells me is the Chargers are all about their ones. I get it. Who isn't about their ones? Their ones is who makes the money, right? Their ones is who... I get it. But at the end of the day, somebody goes down, especially a lot of people at one time, man, your reserves aren't that good. I mean, I get it. Once again, you're not paying the reserves to go out there and make it happen. I get it. But, man, Chargers maybe should invest in some Jews, or I don't know. I mean, all I know is the Chargers just fell apart. A lot of injuries at the wrong time, I get it. But the Jags, man, they went off 38-10, giving the Chargers their second loss of the season, and the Jags go to 2-1. This is the twilight zone, man. They dominated. That's all I know. Trevor Lawrence, 28 for 39, 262 yards, 3 touchdowns. Herbert had I guess it was a decent game. 25 for 45, 297 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Robinson, man, how about this? 17 carries for 100 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, it was pure domination. That's all there was to it. Jags win big. Rams and Cardinals. Yeah, the Cardinals. I expected a lot more out of those guys. Didn't happen. And the Rams, after, they're 2-1. I mean, I expected them. Last week was a tough one. I didn't know if they were going to fall to the Falcons or not because they didn't look so good in week 1 versus the Bills, even though they're a Super Bowl caliber team. They should be able to fight teams like the Bills, and they just weren't ready. Then that next week was like, okay, you barely beat the Falcons. That's kind of scary. This week, I don't know what's going to happen. To think that the Cardinals would have came with a head full of steam, man, they would have been ready for this, right? They would have came out and been ready. They're home. I mean, they just dominated the Raiders in, a quarter, basically, and won a game. I mean, my goodness, they should be riding high, right? Wrong. They would lose this one 20-12. And, halftime score, 13-6. Chargers, LA, that's why. The Rams lead it, and, it was never really a super close game. I mean, the score wasn't ever, super lopsided, but the Rams pretty much had this thing in hand the whole game. I mean, it was really Stafford played well, 18 for 25, 249 yards. Kyler Murray, 35 for 58. My goodness, he was throwing the ball around. 314 yards. But overall, the Rams just looked better. They played better. And they went to 2-1 as the Cardinals will now fall to 1-2. Next up here, we have the Falcons. Remember that team who played the Rams pretty good last week? Well, guess what? They came out and played the Seahawks pretty good this week, and they won. Hey, Marcus Mariota. How about this guy? 13 for 12, not a whole bunch of throwing, but 229 yards. He threw a pick, but he also threw a touchdown. Not a bad day. Patterson, man, he got off. 17 carries for 141 yards, 1 touchdown. He ran all over the damn Seahawks. Geno Smith, he threw a pick, but threw 2 touchdowns. 32 for 44. He had 325 yards. Nobody else went over the century mark. The Seahawks aren't a horrible team. They just got beat. Overall, there's... I'm in the last game. Sorry, guys. The Atlanta Falcons. Good. They came out and balled. And you know what? You got to respect it. Into the fourth quarter, 20-17 Seattle. We have a field goal from Atlanta, ties the game. Myers, we'll kick that field goal. Myers will nail the field goal for the Seahawks, take them up 23-20. And then, with 35 seconds to go, Mariota to Drake London for a 14-yard pass. Koo with a extra point. And guess what? 27-23. The Falcons will find a way to win this one at the end. Good for them. They freaking did it. And you know what? Congratulations. I like Marcus Mariota over there. It's their first victory of the season. Let's see what they do this year. Seahawks dropped to 1-2. Still growing, I get it. Let Geno have some time. I think we should see some better things out of them. Coming up after that, we had here a game that everyone's going to freak out over. Oh my gosh. Rodgers beat Brady. Yes, we get it. We know. Okay, the historic matter of the game, we get it. But what was more concerning is that I don't know. It's that Packer team. They're weird. Once again, when Rodgers plays, everyone's on. When he doesn't, it's like they don't know how to play football. So, it was a great defensive game at the half. 14-3. You heard the commentators go over and over saying that, the Green Bay Packers came out and they scored in the first 2 drives, and they looked great, man. They looked really good, or however many, I guess, I don't know. But they looked good early on, 14-0, okay, in the early going here. 14-0 at the half. It's kind of crazy when Tom Brady and that high-powered offense don't even get a touchdown until 14 seconds to go in the game to make it 14-12 after the 2-point conversion failed. It was Brady to Russell Gage for a 1-yard touchdown. That's concerning. Is it over for the Buccaneers? No, it's not over. But I will say that that's kind of concerning. And as for the Packers, hey, go Pack, go, man. They look pretty good. Aaron Rodgers, 27 for 35. He had 255 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Brady, 31 for 42, 271 yards, 1 touchdown. Cool, not a bad day at the office, right? So yeah, solid stuff there. Packers go to 2-1. Bucks fall to 2-1. After that, Sunday Night Football. Yeah, we don't got to spend a lot of time on these. Great defense from the Broncos and the Niners on Sunday night. And you know what? The Broncos came out on top. It was great at the half. 7-3 Niners. And just really, we had a safety. We had 2 safeties this week, I think, or 3 maybe. But overall, at the end of the game, Melvin Gordon, 1-yard carry into the end zone. The 2-point conversion would fail. But it was fine because it was enough. The defense upheld. That was 4:10 to go in the fourth quarter. No one can really say anything. Jimmy G played okay. I mean, hey, 18 for 29, 211 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Russell Wilson, 20 for 33, 184 yards. You know what? It is what it is, right? It is what it is. The Broncos played good football. The Niners played good football, in my opinion. And anybody wants to say, oh, whatever. Man, that's defense, man. Just because, what, they're not scoring points? Seriously? Nah, man. Good football comes in different waves, all right? Being straight. And defense is a part of the game. So if you're somebody who's like, I want points, go watch basketball. Seriously. Nah, man. This is, my bad, but I'm just being real. This is a great defensive battle, and you know what? 2 defenses went at it, and it was 1 touchdown. I'm sorry, 1 point. That was the difference. The Broncos go to 2-1 on the season. Niners drop to 1-2. So, yeah, both of them are 2-1 for the Broncos, sorry. And the Niners fall to 1-2. And then last night, very, very, very simple. At the half, it was. I like how the commentators were saying it was going to be a baseball score because it looked like it at first. 6-3 at the half. Dallas led, and then the second half, everyone just kind of went crazy into the third quarter. 13-13, sweet. And then the fourth quarter, the Cowboys kind of just woke it up, man. And what do you get? Well, you get some pretty good stuff here. 23-16 final score here. Rush through. Let's see here. 21 for 31, 215 yards, 1 touchdown. Daniel Jones went 20 for 37, 196 yards. He threw a pick. But really, that was crazy, right? Pollard, actually, 13 carries, 105 yards. Good day at the office for him. And the Cowboys jump to 2-1 on the season as the Giants will drop to 2-1. So there you have it. Last week all summed up for you. Let's go and get some picks and then get on out of here because I got to get ready for work. But we have the Dolphins taking on the Bengals this week. The Bengals favored 3.5 points. Guess what? I'm going Dolphins because why not? The Bengals got to show us something, right? Let's go Dolphins. See what y'all got. I'm going to pick y'all because I think, hey, that just might work out. After that, we have here coming up a early game from England, I believe. Vikings and Saints getting ready. The Vikings are favored by 2.5 points. Well, guess what? I'm going to go with the Vikings because the Saints just need to also get it together. We'll see. Browns versus Falcons. Browns are favored by 1.5 points. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that on the clearance rack. No. I'm going Falcons all day long because the Browns, what? I mean, they get a win, and they get a couple wins, and they're a good team out of nowhere. Brissett, I like him, but Mariota, I like him a little more. So we're going with that. Commanders and Cowboys. Cowboys are favored by 3. I thought it'd be 300. Just kidding. But I'm going Cowboys in this one. I don't think they'll win as big as they did over the Eagles, but I think they'll win. Seahawks and the Lions coming on up. This is a hard one, and I just hate to say because I'm a Pete Carroll fan, fight on SC, but I will say that the Lions are due for a nice win here. They're favored by 5 points. I'm taking the Lions for sure. Colts and Titans. Oh my gosh, they favor the Indianapolis Colts by 3 points. I don't know. I get it. They beat the Colts. They beat the Chiefs. The Titans, I get it. They just beat the Raiders. That's not hard to do. But I do know this, that the Colts are ready. They're in their house. They're going to be ready to play some football. I'm going to take the Titans in this one by a thin margin. But if the Colts win, okay, maybe you started off with some tough games and you had to get it in gear. But yeah, maybe they'll be for real after this week. I don't know, but I'm taking the Titans. Next up, Bears and Giants, they're both 2-1 on the season. They have the Giants favored by 3.5 points. That's fair. That's very fair. But you know what? The Giants, they looked all right. I think the Bears, honestly, and the Cowboys are pretty similar. I think the Bears have shown a lot this week. I like Fields. You know what? I'm taking the Bears in this one. Yeah, I said it. Boom. I like that. Next up, Jaguars and Eagles. Jaguars have played pretty okay. Guess what? Not good enough for the Eagles. I don't know if the Eagles are going to lose too many games this year. They're favored by 6.5 points. I'm going Eagles all day long. Jets and Steelers, they're both 1-2. The Pittsburgh Steelers are favored by 3.5. Steelers all day long. I just can't go any other way on this one. Bills and Ravens. Yeah, this is crazy. The Ravens look strong. The Bills look good. The Bills are irritated as heck coming out of last week. The Ravens are just dominant. They got the Buffalo Bills favored by 3.5 points. Give me the Ravens by a field goal. Yeah, that should be a good game. Touchdown or field goal in their house. Chargers taking on the Texans. Hey, they got the Chargers favored by 5 points. I think the Chargers should win this game too. Let's see what they got back from injuries this week. Hopefully they get it, but I'm going to go Chargers, okay? Hopefully more guys come back this week from injury and they're okay and they can remain healthy. And everyone remains healthy. I know it's like asking water to not be wet, but what I will say is I just hope and pray that everyone can stay healthy and, at least be as healthy as possible this year with no serious injuries. Next up, the Cardinals and the Panthers. Oh, that's a good game because the Cardinals, last week was a dud. The Panthers just woke up. My gosh, this is a hard game to pick. This is probably the hardest game for me to pick of the week. The Panthers are favored by 2 points. Oh, it'd be hard for me to not take them. I'm going to go Panthers. I think they'll definitely cover that. But man, it's going to be a good game. So yeah, I'll take Panthers. And next up, we have the Patriots and Packers. Okay, Packers are favored by 10.5 points. That's kind of messed up. They're in Lambeau. I mean, I guess it's not messed up. Maybe they'll cover that. But what I will say is I'm taking the Packers in this game. Next up, my Raiders taking on the Broncos. Oh, boy. Well, I'm already taking my Raiders in this one. That's a given. But we better be ready. Vegas is favored by 2 points here. Oh, they're right. Yeah, the way the Broncos have been scrapping out these last couple of weeks, man, and the Raiders just giving things away like it's Christmas. Yeah, it's kind of hard, but of course I'm going to take my Raiders. Okay, next up, Chiefs and Buccaneers. Good game here on Sunday Night Football. It's a tough one. They're giving it to Kansas City. After that performance last week from both these teams, they're both suspect. I'm going to take Brady at home, but my goodness, if the Chiefs get irritated enough, they might pull this one out over the Buccaneers after last week. And then Monday Night Football, of course, we have Rams and Niners. They're giving to the Niners by 2.5 points here. I think the Rams will wake it up and make it happen. I don't know, Jimmy G or Trey Lance is going to start. I don't know. But I'm going to go Rams in that game, and we'll see what happens. With that said, you guys, my goodness, I think it's about that time to cue the music, because we're out of here. Alright, you guys, that is going to do it for today. My goodness. Hey, I made it. Shorter show, but it was a fun one. I gave you the best I could in a little bit of time. Sorry for starting a little bit late today, but it was a fun one. With that said, you guys, oh man, primetime face-offs are back this week. Regular times right before the games. Maybe we'll bunch up on Saturday for Sunday and Monday Night Football, so that way we have more time for more fans. Hopefully, can make it. So, I hope they can make it this weekend. Hopefully, all of you will make it to tune in. So with that said, you guys, that's going to do it. We have had ourselves a good little show today. Hopefully you enjoyed it, talking pure NFL. Make sure to check us out on all social media at IE Sports Radio. All across social media land. Everywhere you find us. Well, try to find us. TikTok, Facebook, all that good stuff. Twitter, our website, IESportsRadio.com. Show us some love, man. We appreciate you being Patreons. Thank you for helping us keep the lights on. Also, thank you to everybody, to our Patreons now. Thank you to everybody who's been showing us love over the last 8 years. I can't believe it's almost been 10 years we've been on air. But you guys are awesome and you make it happen. With that said, we thank you so much for tuning in this morning. I thank you for tuning in this morning. Plenty of great shows coming up here today. My goodness, we got the Buffalo Huddle, Philly Sports Talk, the Neutral Zone, Sin City Sports, and of course, lots of great calls coming your way on USRN, WSR, and IE Sports Radio on Mixer.com. So many great people put a lot into this at iSports Radio, so just thank you so much for showing love and tuning in and being a part of this. And well, that is going to do it for today's show. With that said, you guys, I would say all praise and all ups to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. For without Him, nothing is possible. And of course, without all you guys, iSports Radio is not possible. We thank you for being a part of this every single week, as I continue to say. And let's keep the football going, you guys. It's a young season. It's a lot to get to. We'll start reading off the conferences in a few weeks. Well, actually, probably at the end of next week, when it starts taking shape after week 4. And, well, we're going to find out who's who this year, right? We're going to see. I mean, it's every year. We never know. We go into it blind. I mean, maybe not 100% blind, but we go into it expecting, I don't know, the best or worst from whatever team, and we get the best or worst from teams. We don't know. But what we do know is we have great football, and that's what we love, right? No matter what, win, lose, we love our team, or tie, right? We love our teams, and we love the game. We keep on coming back, and that's what it's all about. So with that said, you guys, do something nice today. Be kind. Be happy. Love one another. Love your neighbors. I need to take I need to follow that as well, because that's just how it goes. We all gotta show love. So with that said, you guys, that's gonna do it for me, your boy Larry B. I'm signing off. I'll see y'all next week. Until then, take care, and as always, God bless.